Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a quick demo on how StickerCell works, what it does, and how this tool could potentially help you make certain things faster. StickerCell is a tool that helps you in transforming your data into stickers. That was the first vision that we had, but we understood that this is a very versatile tool and you can use it for name tags, badges, certificates, invitations, and much more, depending on the need that you have. And basically what you just need to do is to upload, design, and generate the stickers or the documents that you need, right? But you gotta keep in mind that your files need to have certain requirements for a better performance and the best output out there. So you have to keep your Excel files under 10 MBs with less than 1000 rows. Use high quality images. A larger file may actually take longer, and you can also choose how many rows can be processed, right? So for your Excel file, these are the formats supported, and the maximum size has to be 10 MBs, maximum rows 1050 columns. And your background image can be in PNG, JPG, or JPEG. The maximum size has to be 5 MB. Minimum dimensions 100 by 100 pixels and maximum 4000 by 4000. Now, how does StickerCell works? Maybe let's say I have a bunch of certificates that I need to generate for a conference, right? We have like 100 certificates that we need to generate for a conference. Editing them one by one manually, provided that there are actually different names that have to be on the certificate, is gonna take you a while, to really be honest, right? But what StickerCell does is just that it's going to streamline the process in such a way that you just need to show the app how the certificate is gonna look like, where to place the information, and the app is gonna replicate that for the remaining data that you have on your file. So what you need to upload is an Excel data sheet where you have the data that you need to extract and the background image on which the data is going to be placed. So let's try a quick demo here. So demo, and we are directly sent into the design phase because it's like it considered that here's the background image that was uploaded and here's a sample of the data that is in the Excel file. So for a better perusal, we're gonna go back to the upload phase. So let's say I was the one that uploaded these files here, right here. We have the sample data that is actually integrated with the demo. So you don't need to upload it. It's gonna be there automatically. And the sample background that is also integrated with the demo. So you have the file that checks all the requirements here. 3 rows and 5 columns. You have the file here, the background image that checks all the requirements here. And you hit continue to design. Now once we are in continue to design, what happens is that this phase is going to be useful where you're going to design the layout of the documents that you want to have generated. Okay, so we have I would say 3 panels. The first panel here is the preview panel where you're gonna see how your document is gonna look like, and you're gonna have the option to drag and drop the elements extracted from the Excel file. You have the sticker settings where you can decide to to have the original image dimensions as an output, or you could have a different one if maybe let's say your need was to like reduce or increase it depending on, you know, how you feel like. Maybe let's say the printing is gonna be better, right? And you have the possibility to choose how many rows to process, right? Here our file has 3 rows, 3, because it's a demo, right? And always remember to save the settings. Always remember to save the settings. So the second panel here on the right, top right, is where you can add elements. You can add and remove element, right? So let's say that we added elements. We have the possibility to add 2 types of elements: a text or a code. When you add a text, it's going to take automatically the first line of the first row in your Excel file. And you can also add a code. Now you can only add a QR code or a barcode. You cannot have both of them on the same certificate. You can have a QR code or a barcode. If you want to have both of them, your certificate would have to have one of these 2 options before you can come on here and then add that one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add a QR code, right? So we have the QR code right here. We have this element that we added right here, and that's where we come to the okay. So you can delete it, you know, if you don't need it. For example, the QR code here, if you don't need it, you can delete it, right? And then we're gonna go and add it again just for an example, right? So the third panel that we have here on the bottom right corner is actually useful in such a way that you can select, right? Let's say, by example, company right here, right? The element that we added, let's say that we added whichever one it is, right? This one here, the element here displays the name. So that is the column that is from which the data is being extracted in the Excel file, right? And we can choose to, maybe let's say if it was title, it will automatically change to the title, the first line of the column that is where the data is, right? So we're gonna put it back to name. So you can choose anything. You can choose company, department, email, depending on your need and your file, right? But remember, this is a sample data file, right? And here's a preview text, right? So it's gonna pick the first line, the first row. You have the possibility to change the font, right? You can change the font here. We wanted to make it a little bit more flexible. Although this is not a very advanced designing tool, it's just to help you generate generic documents, right? So, but we did actually try to have more than just one option of standard font families, right? So we have standard ones like we all know Arial, we know Courier, we know Georgia, right? And Times New Roman. We added the calligraphic series of like 4 fonts. Maybe let's say you wanted to design a certificate, right? So calligraphic font work sometimes the best depending on the need, or you could have it handwriting if you need to have a handwriting. We have 4 of them. We're trying to have the most generic ones, at least are the ones that people use, you know, the most. We can put it that way. And you can choose the font size, okay? You can choose the font size here, where, well, you want it to be bigger, you want it to be smaller, it depends on you, or you wanna rotate it. So now let's we're gonna change this element here, because let's put department, right? Because here we have John Smith, the name, we have software engineer, the role, we have the company here, we have the QR code, and we have the department. Now I'm gonna rotate the department to, let's rotate it to 90 degrees. We're gonna put it here, we're gonna increase it, we're gonna increase the size, put it here. All right, and we can add, we can change, sorry, the color, right? You can, depending on the need, we're gonna change it like this, right? So you don't need to, I mean, if you have manual positions, X and Y axis that you want to input, that's up to you. But this is very specific for like people that really need to input it. If they have, maybe it's gonna make it easier for them, you know. So this is what we got here with the elements that we got here. And let me come back to the QR codes. So the QR code or the barcode here will be generated based off of the column that you actually pick, right? So here we can see that the QR code is generated based off of the name. So maybe let's say on the certificate, right, you have an extra column that's like let's say website, you know, company's website, right? And everybody's gonna have a different company's website, right? So you're trying to have them, you're trying to have the possibility maybe that, like, you know, somebody can scan it and then see, you know, something about the website, or, you know, something like that. This is just an example for just an illustration, right? And when you pick it, you can see that the QR code actually changed. So it's going to be generated based off of the data that you actually pick as a reference, right? So we can put anything, company, I will say email for this one as an example, because it's John Smith. So John Smith probably has his email. You can see the preview data here, right? john.smith@techcorp.com, right? And you have the error correction, sorry, that you can tweak, you know, for I would say for it to be precise, you know, like you can choose to really have the QR code very, very precise, or just like, you know, an error margin of, like, you know, something that's acceptable, you know. So I'm not really an expert with QR code generation, but I believe that you understand what I'm talking about here, right? You can increase or decrease the size depending on the need, change the background color or the foreground color. So we can leave this one as white. Yeah, we don't really have an issue. And when you come to add an element, you can see that you cannot add another code, which is a barcode, because the QR code is already added, right? So you have to be mindful of that, right? Then we hit generate. Now in the demo mode, we have 3 sample name tags that we can generate for free daily, so that you can get used to using the app, right? Now there is an option here, which is the file naming, right, where you can choose to, you know, you can decide what kind of naming system is going to be implemented for your files when they are downloaded or when they are generated, right? So in this file, by example, if we have the name, it's going to give you a preview, right? So you know that there's going to be a file John Smith, there's going to be Sarah Johnson, there's going to be Mike Davis, and so on, right? And you want to pick a column from which there's not going to be duplicates. Otherwise the app is not gonna, StickerCell is not going to consider that, right? So We can choose title. Everybody's got a different title. We can use department. Everybody's from different department. We can use email. Everybody's got a different email. We'll choose name so that it is simple, right? And then we go ahead, and I want you to remember what it looks like, just, so that you don't be like, okay, yeah, like the app and stuff like that. No, I'm kidding. So we go ahead, continue to generate. We have the name as the file naming system, generate demo stickers. And now you can see we're in demo mode here, and the language, you can change the language if you need to. So there is French and English that are supported at this point. All right, so after you've hit generated, right, because you have three sample name tags for free every day, it's not gonna charge you. If you go back to the normal mode and you go above the limit, which is 5 daily, the free download every day per user, you're gonna have to pay for the extra downloaded generated documents, if you want to put it that way. So downloaded today 0 for now, remaining free. So stickers remaining 3, account type demo. We are in demo mode, right? So that you can get used to it. Now the demo users can download up to three stickers. It reset daily at midnight UTC, and you have lower limit just so that you can, use the full version. We encourage you to use the full version so that you can see how to make use of it, right? So now that they are generated, we're gonna download the zip file because they come as a zip file, right? And as soon as we've downloaded them, you can see that our limit has been reached, 3 out of 3. Remaining sticker is 0, and we can't generate no more because the demo is now done, and we'll have to come back tomorrow so that we can be able to download the demo again, the demo stickers again, right? Alright, so we've downloaded them. You can see the file right here, StickerCell images. This is today's date, and when I get in the folder, I'm gonna increase the size so that you can see. Alright, so first off, we can see the naming file, right? You can see the naming file that was done according to the names. Okay, we have the name here, we have software engineer here, we have tech corp here, and we have the department here and the QR code here, right? And if you take a look at it properly, you can see that the QR code is not the same, right? It's not the same, and the department is not the same, the name is not the same, the role is not the same, just the company that's the same, and that is according to the file, right? That's according to the file. You see the QR code, the department, role, and name. So this is what StickerCell does for you. StickerCell is a tool that helps you generate a lot of documents in bulk, if we can put it that way, faster, provided that they need to have different informations on them. And how you do that? You upload, you design, you generate. You upload your Excel data file with the requirements, actually checking the file requirements that we have on the platform, and the background image also checking the file requirements. And it's just gonna help you do what you were supposed to do in over an hour in less than 45 minutes, sometimes less than 30 minutes, even 15 minutes, depending on how many documents you're trying to generate and the quality, of the background image and everything that comes with that. So this is a tool that I believe can really help you save time, because you're only gonna focus on your data and the design, and we're gonna help you do the rest. So give it a try at StickerCell.app. See how you can use it, see if this is something that can be useful for you. You've got 5 free stickers that you can download every day. When I say stickers, it's documents, right? It can be anything. It can be a certificate, an invitation, a name tag, a label. And you have 3 demo stickers that you can download every day, so that you can be able to get used to it and know how to use it, right? So if you've got any question, you can contact us. I'm just gonna show you my email right here. Here's my email right here. You can shoot me an email. You've got any question, something specific that you want me to answer, or a suggestion or a feedback, we are open and we'd be glad to see what you think about the app, right? So go give it a try at StickerCell.app and let us transform your data one sticker at a time.